Yo, what is good, everybody? It is K1, the Collector here, and today we talking about AEW Fight Forever again. But this time, I got something different with it. You see what I'm saying? Look, something different. This time, we talk about AEW Fight Forever is NBA Live, and that probably caught y'all attention a little bit. That's why y'all here. So what does that mean? Now I understand a lot of you guys and a lot of us guys in the wrestling community. You know, sometimes we might only play wrestling. So if you don't know, NBA Live is the NBA basketball game made by EA Sports. It was canceled recently, so you might not have seen it in a second. So not recently, it's been canceled for about a year or two for the next one that was supposed to come out. But they still do have it. It was the game that was coming out right behind NBA 2K20. Not 23, but NBA 2K for a while. And but it has always been NBA 2K's junior, kind of the little brother, kind of the one that's following behind it. So AEW Fight Forever immediately, of course, if you release a game of the same type, I mean, it's no secret. AEW Fight Forever and WWE 2K are competing with each other, obviously. W2K has been here. I mean, AEW itself is competing with WWE itself. It's inevitable, right? And like I said, there has been no sugarcoating to it at all. But this game is NBA Live. It's not as good as WWE 2K. And I feel like we all know that. You might be an AEW fan. You might like AEW more than WWE. But you're lying to yourself if you say the game is better. But this game is nonetheless, it's pretty cool. It has a lot of cool things involved in it. So, but what exactly do I mean that it's NBA Live? So that's part of the reason what I just said. But so NBA Live has cool things, right? Cool little things, cool concepts, cool ideas that I feel like NBA 2K can add to their game, and also some of them have added. For example, NBA Live for defense had a shading system where if you sat on a specific directioner that the person with the ball, there was a specific direction that the person with the ball is trying to go, or just sit on that side of their body. That is called shading. So, and they added a whole system to implement that. There's a green bar, red bar, all of that below them. The NBA 2K added that about a year or two later to their defensive system and, did their little own thing with it. So this game has plenty of things like that. I like an entrance, and these are little things. I like an entrance. When you see the entrance right here, you can control the pyro. Now, don't get me wrong, in WWE 2K, you can do whatever you want with pyro. You can just set up somebody's entrance and make their entrance as crazy explosive as you want to. You can change lighting and all of that. So don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the entrance is better. I'm saying there's things to take. So I think there should be maybe a mode in WWE 2K called like a mode that you can put on your entrance called like free pyro, or put these options, or put like certain pyro options in free pyro. So like, say the free pyro mode would be, say you making somebody's entrance and it gives you like 4 free pyro options to put. So you can trigger Goldberg's explosion, maybe Brock Lesnar's explosion when he goes on an apron, a Jeff Hardy thing, and like Shawn Michaels thing where he goes like this, like whenever you want to. And it's just buttons, like maybe it'll be the directional pad right here or whatever, and buttons that you can trigger that with. Things like that. I also like this though. I love not Aubrey Edwards necessarily. This little cameo thing is cool, but the attires that people may or may not have wore in the shop. I love this shop thing, the shop idea. This whole AEW's catering to cosmetics and stuff, pretty cool. So I don't actually recall if the Young Bucks or Britt Baker wore these. I don't remember, but the fact that they're in here like this, and that's my point. I don't even think I'm talking about for WWE 2K23 or WWE 2K just in the future period. I feel like they can add these things whether they wore them or not. They could just add their own kind of alternate attires. They can, or like you see my faction, the my mode that I make the most content on. You see my faction adds all kinds of alternate attires and stuff to my faction. They're my faction exclusives. Now, don't get me wrong, we have the modders that pull them out, but it would be cool in like a way to not just make them my faction exclusives. Maybe they can be shop items like this, and you can get them with VC. Now, I think that will make it where you should be able to earn VC in the mode rather than just only being able to buy it. Or WWE 2K can implement some other universal currency in the game. But I love that shop idea. Also, Road to Elite has some cool things, right? Road to Elite, it works. It works different than My Rise. It's pretty much My Rise, but you're taking one person and just literally putting them on a journey. And you can play through it with a whole entire AEW roster and the custom characters you created to upgrade them. It has some cool things. Like you can go out to eat. Like it kind of reminds me of UFC, except it actually sends you to those scenes. You can go out to eat to recover your health and vitality, things like that. Motivation, there's fitness and mini games to play with the Young Bucks and all of that. There's parts of that I think are cool, but there's a stamina aspect to it. So they're kind of making it more realistic. There's promotions, there's promos and things like that. They're not really necessarily controlling it, but My Rise has pretty much all of that, and it's better. So I'm just saying. Now there isn't really there's a little thing that would be cool, nice to have. Like a thing where we can see our people going to work out, maybe more realistic behind the scenes stuff shown in WWE 2K. That's one thing AEW is doing. They're very raw. I'm not even just talking about the game, just a way to, because the companies just function too different. They're very raw with what they do. The wrestlers say whatever they want. Even in press conferences, like CM Punk, when he get in the press conferences, like that's them. They're not really in character. They just talking. Especially like MJF and stuff. MJF is in a little bit of character, but I think MJF is actually just a little bit kind of a jerk, so he just kind of be going. So, but you know what I'm saying? Like the MJF character is kind of him, so it's not that much of a character, if you know what I'm saying. But that's the kind of thing. Also, I like the way they conduct the exploding barbed wire match. I kind of feel like some stuff with the way it works and the way it hits, like when you're striking or grappling, I feel like the hit detection can be a little weird sometimes, or the striking gets a little choppy because of everything that they have to, like I feel like they're trying to acknowledge the borders and all the obstacles around them, and I feel like it gets a little weird. But for the most part, it's cool, and I enjoy the way that they do it. The Casino Battle Royale is really cool too. So I'm not saying anything that WWE 2K has to add here with these things, because these are two things, the Casino Battle Royale and the Exploding Barbed Wire Deathmatch, two things that they just like don't have. That's not a thing. There's something that isn't done in WWE. But another thing that I like in this game is the nope, don't do that. Don't return to the title screen. It's not that. Hold on, let's go here. Let's go to wrestler. Let's go to male wrestler. It doesn't matter. It is the weapons, guys. The weapons and the amount of weapons that they have are ridiculous. I feel like I thought you could set like their favorite weapon. Am I trolling? Like, that's why I'm here. Hold on, it's not here. But let's talk about it until I find it. The favorite, like the amount of weapons that are in this game are crazy. Like WWE, what are all the weapons you have? I believe you have a stop sign, a shovel, a chair, a kendo stick, a sledgehammer, a table. Of course, you got the announce table if you want to count that. I'm not gonna name them all right now. I can't. I'm not going to be able to think of all of them. But if you go here, I believe it's here actually, in like weapon of choice, if you click like, if I click Miro, y'all, I literally cannot find this thing. I'm trolling. I'm crumpling under pressure, y'all. I'm crumpling under pressure. There's a way to look at this though. But the amount of weapons that are in this game, you have trash cans, you have stop signs, you have tables, you have barbed wire, you have barbed wire bats, you have like literally almost anything that you can think of. It's crazy. I'm going here looking at the moveset though, but it literally almost anything that you can think of. It's crazy. Also for this one, you have movesets, right? The way their movesets works. So if we look here, better person to look at would have been Kenny Omega, actually. But so I will look at Kenny Omega in a second. Chris Statlander, as you can see, she only has one finisher. But there are 5 finisher slots and 5 signature slots. That's great. So they're all finishers and they're all signatures, but they're just different slots. So the best person to look at for this will be Kenny Omega. So let me pull up Kenny Omega for you guys, because Kenny Omega has the most finishers and the most signatures in the game so far of like different variations. So but WWE 2K, as we know, only has 2 signature slots and 2 finisher slots. And I mean, of course, you can do them outside the ring or whatever, too. So I guess if you want to count those as more. But there's still only 2 slots per category. So where is my man Kenny? Kenny. Here he goes. Pull up this moveset real quick. Wanted to do it live. Y'all seen all of that popped up? It was a whole nother row because these are all things that he does. Load in for me real quick. Dang, that was long. Right here, we see powerbomb V-trigger, snapdragon suplex, running V-trigger, and another snapdragon suplex. So this caters to all the different positions and all of that moves are executed in. So Kenny Omega hits the V-trigger from so many different kinds of angles, and sometimes he even ends matches with the V-trigger. Not as much, really, recently especially, but like this Snapdragon suplex, this is so different than this Snapdragon suplex. That one you're totally floored. This one is you get back up and it combos into something else. This is a power bomb into a V-trigger. Kind of like the power bomb Final Flash that Matt Riddle does, that is kind of based off of Kenny. Here we got the one-winged angel, and we got a V-trigger right here. We got another running V-trigger, which is also a different animation. We have the avalanche one-winged angel, and also the other thing is these all do varying levels of damage. So you can control how much damage that each one does. And I don't know, it'd be cool if like WWE could add this. So like, for example, John Cena does finish, like he does the AA, and he's pretty much going to do the AA. But I feel like he should have access to all like AA 1, 2, 3, 4, all those different AAs. And when he dunks over, says you can't see me, and does that, he does all those things. Or even the super AA, the avalanche attitude adjustment, that should be like doing more damage than like a regular attitude adjustment. Because when he do that, that's crazy. That's like a big, huge thing. If he do that, the match is probably over. So, because this avalanche one-winged angel does more than the regular one-winged angel. And I literally think that they can steal this exact, or borrow, whatever you want to call it, take this exact system from AEW Fight Forever and put it and implement it into their game. This just cater, like even our Randy Orton, he does a super RKO, which of course is going to be better than that. Maybe if you're fighting with Shawn Michaels and you're trying to get as much damage as possible, you're trying to get a real sequence. You hit somebody with a super kick, but you hit them with the one that's not going to knock them off their feet. So maybe you can want to follow up with something else. I think it'll also add like a skill gap kind of thing for competitive or anything like that. It just adds more situational depth. And so, again, another thing that they could take. Now, that is one thing that I will say is better. Everything else I said is nice to have. That is something I feel like WWE 2K should have, especially in wrestling, which that is so much a certain type of thing. Like, wrestlers hit their finishers and signatures and certain kinds of moves from all different angles, all different spots, all different kinds of places. And depending on where they hit them, the significance, like, the location or however it was hit, the significance of the move changes depending on where they are or how they did it. We know what it looks like when we know what it used to look like when HBK hit a super kick and the match was done, pretty much. Or we know when John Cena go on that middle rope and hit that AA, the match is pretty much done. We know that. So due to those things, I just think that. But like I said, AEW has things that WWE would be nice. It would be nice if they have. And don't get me wrong, I know the gameplay is different. It's because it's not supposed to play exactly like WWE. It's not supposed to be photorealistic. It's not supposed to be the most realistic thing ever. right? We know this. But it's still just not quite as good, man. It's not. So this is their first game. You never know, down the line they could cook up and we could be talking a little more. But right now you're not on that level. AEW, you are what NBA Live is to NBA 2K. WWE 2K still has it. NBA Live is to NBA 2K. My bad. But WWE 2K still has this in the bag. Let me know what you guys think in terms of all this. Like I said, y'all know what I'm saying. I appreciate you guys for watching. Until next time, I will see you guys later, man.